Hey, welcome to Manifest Unfiltered with Brandy and
And
Crystal.
Crystal.
So, basically, what we do is that we work with energy and our chakras, and especially the Amrita chakra, to manifest anything we want. So, we help and teach people how to do that so they can make all the changes they want in their life. So, basically, that's what we do. And in Manifest Unfiltered, our topics for this podcast is a little variety of different things here. The first thing that we want to cover today is people can hold you back from manifesting. So we're just going to dive into that. And then that kind of segue into like reclaiming your power back instead of giving your power away. We kind of touched base on that a little bit in the last podcast. The third topic is Crystal. We kind of mentioned this in the last podcast. When you're manifesting in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, it's a little different. So today we're going to talk about that and being in I'm in my 40s, Crystal's in her 50s, but it kind of started in our late shit. Sorry, am I not
No,
supposed to tell people that?
no, I don't care.
But it kind of starts in your late, like mid to late 30s. So we're going to also talk about a little bit of like fuck the perimenopause, menopause, the shit that women have to deal with on a daily basis. And then it kind of segues into the last topic, which is kind of like, how our body changes and then how we, connecting to the chakras to help deal with things. So that is what we're going to discuss today. So the first thing though, before we're going into the topics, I don't know how this became mine and Crystal's thing. Hey, like
I think
all of a
that's the
sudden we
way
started,
it's why
huh?
we started it though.
I guess. So like we always find these ridiculous reels that people talk about manifesting and we just like want to share them with you because to tell you like why that wouldn't work or sometimes there's things that are shared out there that are pretty decent. So sometimes we find the odd one that's like, oh yeah, no, that can happen. But so we just want to basically save you the time and the nuance from not having to do these things or believe in these things. So yeah, we found some funny again reels that I haven't seen and Crystal hasn't seen that we're gonna start off with, and then we're gonna dive into the topics. So who do you want to go first, Crystal?
I just want to explain, like, to the people who are listening that maybe haven't tuned in before. That is kind of the starting base for why Randy and I actually started Amria, this podcast, our programs, and doing what we do is because we got so tired of all of the stupid stuff that people were sharing, and we were watching women struggle to do when it wasn't really necessary. So we are just like, okay, this kind of has to stop. There needs to be like a more level headed approach. And yeah, that's why we're here today.
Yeah, and I can testify to that because like I think I started my journey in 09, 2011 of like getting into manifesting and like understanding that world. And I was that person that would listen to shit on social media like, "Oh, I better try that." Oh, da, da, da. Oh. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was that person. So I know exactly what it feels like and I don't want you to do that. I want you to skip all that shit.
I
Yeah.
remember when I think it was your car. Was it your car where you called me and asked me if you should sell your car one day in order to manifest a new one that you wanted? And I was just
Crystal,
like, do you
don't
need to sell
share
your car?
everything I do.
And I was like, do you need to sell your car to get a new one? No. I'm like, why can you not just manifest a car that you want, the car of your dreams, and continue to drive the car you have and, actually have a car instead of leaving yourself with no vehicle in order to manifest one?
I think it was too because it was so attached to my old car, my old girl. Like, I had like pretty big cords to her.
That's when
'Cause-
all of that, like, stuff was going around, though, that you have to give up something in order
yes.
to manifest something new. I can't even remember who really made that huge.
Like, I don't know. Probably, I don't know who either. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I thought I had to do that. Not that I had to do it. I just thought it would make
Like,
it
should you
easier.
do it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, it was because I was so attached to my car. You guys, I cried when I get a vehicle, I drive it for 9 or 10 years. Like it is my yeah. I talked to my
It
car.
has a name.
It has a name, like, I'm driving Betty White right now, she's pretty sweet. But it took me a while to get rid of my old car because I was so attached to it. So, yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Okay, so Randy's got some. Do you wanna go first, or do you want me to go first?
It don't matter. I can go first. I can play you sent it to me via text,
I
right?
sent Randy a reel that I saw online that I just didn't believe that was 100% accurate.
Okay.
And I want to get Randy's take on it.
Okay, so those who are listening, because I always like play the video on our YouTube so we give the person knowledge. The title says 5 ways you're delaying your manifestation from Adele. Manifest being her is her name from TikTok. Anyways, I will post again the link in Spotify and then the video in YouTube.
You
So
should
let me find.
stop it after each point so we can talk about it because she's got
Oh,
five of them.
okay. Oh my God. Please remind me because I might forget once I start listening.
This is how I can tell you're delaying your manifestation. Number one, you keep switching from manifestation technique to technique, thinking that the next one is the big magic one, instead of just picking one and sticking with it.
That was so fast. Did you hear it?
Yeah, so she's basically saying just pick one technique and stick with it. Quit bouncing from technique to technique.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that, there's many different ways to connect to energy. So what works for you is maybe not going to work for me, especially if you're doing some external technique instead of just connecting, learning how to connect to energy yourself and allowing energy to flow and allowing energy to guide. If you're just like, it's that external again, right? Like you're not manifesting internally, you're trying somebody else's cookie recipe and trying to stick with that even though your cookies taste like shit over and over and over and over again.
Okay. Number two. Oh, it goes so fast. I'm going to read the title. You spend 3 hours a day affirming.
Number two, you spend 3 hours a day affirming, and then you immediately go check your phone for a text, you check your bank account for money, you vent to your friends, and you think the exact opposite of what you just affirmed.
What's your first thought on that?
It's just so fast. I have no time. My brain is so slow. I have no time to process it.
I'm
But I
like,
guess
why are
I
you spending 3 hours a day affirming?
no that but no, that's what she's saying. That's what delaying your manifestation. This is all about delaying your manifestations.
Yeah, no, she's saying you spent 3 hours a day affirming, and then you're checking for texts and then thinking the opposite of what you just spent your time affirming.
Yeah, so I get what she's saying. She's
But I'm
saying
like, yeah, you
she's
do the
saying when
opposite
you
of what you spent your time affirming, right?
she's just basically saying because you're being impatient, you start to doubt. So you're like, oh my God, I'm going to manifest. Oh my God. And you do your things on a daily basis. And it turns into like 3 hours a day you're spending, and then you're getting impatient. So you're checking all those things to see if your manifestation happen. So I get what she's saying. She's not wrong there. Doing that doubt, putting that doubt and that impatientness, that, right? That does delay your manifestation. So she's not wrong there in that sense.
I'm just like, why are you spending 3 hours a day of doing any affirming?
Because people who are impatient and really want their manifestation to happen like fucking now, because it depends on how they're going to be their future, like, they're depending on that manifestation to be happy in that moment. That's why I get it. I've been there.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
saying I
All
spent
right.
3 hours a day, but I spent daily reminding, thinking about it. Fuck, when is this going to happen? Fuck, I can't keep doing this. Fuck. I get it.
All right.
So I think that point number, I think that was correct. It can delay your manifestation. Just because you've never spent a long time thinking about your manifestation doesn't mean other people don't.
All right.
Right? Calling you out. Okay. Next one.
Number three, you're giving your power away and believing friends who call you delusional, tarot card readers, psychics, and anyone that's telling you that's not going to happen.
I don't really understand what that point even was.
She's saying that like you have your manifestation, but then you externally, and this is basically
Go
what
for
happens.
validation externally.
Or like you go to a tarot reader or you go to a psychic or you go to a friend's and they all say that's not going to happen, then you start to believe it. And that's exactly what we're
Yeah,
talking about today.
so true. Okay, but you know what? Okay, if you went to a good reader, if you went to a shit reader, but if you went to a good reader who can read your energy, I think you are most likely going to get the correct outcome because they're going to read your energy, read the energy of your manifestation. They're going to be in contact with your guides, like a really good medium, and they're going to be able to say, like, the chances of this person actually following through because of, you know, XYZ are probably like 20%.
I'm just
So,
laughing because you're sending me a TikTok that's not that bad.
oh no, I thought it was bad. I'm gonna say, I thought it was bad.
But
If
she's
you're
saying
talking
everything
to a
that
friend,
we're saying.
no, she's not.
She's just wording it differently. Like, okay, number 4.
happen. Number 4, you think manifestation is wrong or controlling someone because you're changing them, when in reality, you're just manifesting a different version of them that already exists.
Okay, did you understand that one?
No, she talks so fast. That's just a bad one.
That is a bad one. You're not changing, you can't manifest and change a person.
No. And yeah, I think that's just like wrong, wrong, wrong.
But that's what she's saying. It's wrong. She's saying there's the 5 things that delay your manifestation.
Is trying to change a person. How does changing a person have anything to do with your manifestation?
I don't know. Okay,
Like
the
that's my
last one.
point, right? Like
I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could change my husband, but I can't. Like, at times, you know?
you could
Like,
manifest a new one if you wanted to.
I guess. Oh, who would have thought? No, no, I'll keep the one I have.
He's kind of nice.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I guess maybe that's what they're thinking and hoping to change someone. I don't know. Okay, last one.
Exists.
Okay.
Number 5, something shows up that's the exact opposite of what you're manifesting, and you immediately start reacting, spiraling, and identifying with the 3D instead of just persisting in the assumption that it's already yours. Next, should I make a video on how I know you're gonna
where you're spiraling and identifying with the 3D. That was the part. But like, how can you? And this is where I think like you're out in left field or she's out in left field because identifying with the 3D. Hello, you fucking live in the 3D. Like this is our world. And that is one of the biggest takeaways, I think, like from manifesting. Yes, we connect to energy. Like you do it as a medium, I do it as a medium. We do it to heal our bodies. We do it to bring the energy in. But whatever we do in a quantum leap, whatever we do in a different dimension, is in that dimension. We are still in the 3D. We still identify with what is in the fucking 3D. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still identifying that you're a blonde. I'm still identifying that your hair is fucking blue. Just because it was hot pink in a different dimension does not fucking make it real. So you can't manifest without acknowledging what your basic reality is. It's called being grounded.
I don't know
Am
about
I
you
wrong?
guys. You can maybe feel this while you're listening, or if you're watching, you can just Crystal just a little bit of boiling happened. I don't even know what she just said. Like she speaks way too fast, but that's the point. So then it's loop. So you like rewatch it. So, but yeah. Anyways, so some of the things she's saying, I think, is correct in the sense of delaying, like being impatient and always fixating on your manifestation when it's going to happen. Yes, we do
No.
say that.
Okay, but I also think that if you are internally connected to the energy, internally connected, you don't have those external forces driving you. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
just an inner knowing. And you know that from when you've connected to the other side and
Yeah.
how I've connected. That's why I don't second guess. To me, people that do all of those things in the video are very externally driven and you're not
Correct.
connected. You're not
Correct.
grounded and you're not rooted. So
Yeah, that
that's
makes
why
more
I
sense.
sent you the video.
That makes more sense when you explain it that way.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking from experience because, like, a long time ago, I have done that. Like, when's it coming? When's it coming?
Yeah, but you
I'm
weren't grounded or
miserable.
rooted like you are now.
God, no. No, I
Yeah.
was airy and all over the place. And the most indecisive person ever. Could never listen to myself. Okay. That girl had a lot of energy, though.
And then I just threw a whole bunch out there.
Yeah, like you guys are both just too much for me today. Especially the way I'm feeling today. Ugh, you guys tone it down 20%. Okay. Okay, I sent you two. You can choose one. The first one is what we have spoken about before. The second one, I just sent it to you because you literally just made a post about it. So you choose which one you want to share, or we can share both. It doesn't matter. They're really short.
Okay. One or two, which one am I going for?
I don't know. You pick.
I deserve joy, I deserve peace, I deserve love that flows with ease, I deserve harmony, I deserve light, I deserve my soul that shines so bright, I deserve miracles, I deserve flow, I deserve blessings that help me grow, I deserve abundance.
Okay, what's the purpose of that?
Read everyone the title so people know what they're talking, what they're seeing.
Manifestation starts with believing you deserve it all.
Yeah.
Listen until your body believes it.
So
So
basically, it's a girl making a little quick little song saying that you are deserving of manifesting. And this is one of the things, the topics that we hate when people say, when you believe you deserve it, it's going to happen.
yeah.
So that's why I shared that one with you. It's a little song that this lady made. So she is called the spiritual coach on TikTok. Hilla. Anyways, I don't know. But yeah,
I mean, it's a cute little catchy little tune. Like, like it is. And maybe if you're feeling low or something that day, it could really pick you up. But
yeah.
I honestly believe that you can still manifest something if you don't believe you deserve it. But I
That's
think
the
like,
thing.
I think they're trying, maybe she's just trying to encourage people to even start, you know,
I don't know. I
but
just I just don't like manifestation starts with believing you deserve it all, is what she says. And I don't
yeah,
like
no,
that
I totally disagree with that. Because you're
because
manifesting all the time, regardless. So,
yes.
A, you have to make the assumption that, they want to manifest something good and that they have to deserve it.
Yeah. But
But no.
that deserving one was a huge piece in the manifestation world for a long time. Like everyone has said it. Once you believe you deserve it, it will be yours. Like so many people have said that. And I went down, yeah, I remember what not to do over here. Like I remember like, oh shit, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't, why am I deserving of this? Like I don't know. So you get in your head like, oh, I have to be deserving. What do you mean I have to be deserving? Like it can mess people up. You're
I think
deserving
what
already.
people
It doesn't matter. You deserve it.
I
Period.
think what people like her are missing or don't understand that when you make that connection, like we do as mediums, and you bring that in, like that internal energy in, like it is such a calming, loving, peaceful feeling, like that overwhelming sense of just contentment and love. And because you're connecting to the universal energy, an energy greater than yourself. It's not just talking about it or singing a song to get there. Like you're actually connecting to that. And then in that space, in that time, you realize that you have this team with you, the support systems, like everything on the other side there for you, and that unconditional love. Like it's overwhelming in the sense that you have that connection, that cheer, and the deserving part goes away. You may second guess yourself a little bit here and there, but that does not stop your manifestation. I don't think that being deserving or thinking you deserve it stops or slows your manifestation. Like there are concrete things you can do to sabotage your manifestation, but when you have that connection, I think it is less likely to happen.
Yeah. No, I agree. There. Yeah. Good way of putting it there, Miss Crystal. That's good.
Yeah.
I
Do you want me
just
to play the other one?
I don't know. That's you. Or we can move on.
Oh, this is my 24-hour girl.
You don't even have to play it. We can just talk about it then.
Yeah. So, okay. It's just manifest anything in 24 hours. And they're all over TikTok. There's like so
Nice.
many of them that, now when I open up TikTok,
All
that's
you
all
get
my
is
feed
shit.
because I saved one or two
I
and to
know, I
use.
know.
And that's now all I see is manifest anything in 24 hours. It's like, yeah, doesn't always work. And the reason it doesn't work is because law of attraction. So you're only going to manifest what you are already an energetic match for. So I am an energetic match for a parking spot at Starbucks every single time. That's my vibe. I can manifest that in 24 hours. Hell, I can manifest that in 10 minutes. Guys, I'm going to Starbucks. I need a parking spot. I'm almost
She
there. Make sure
does.
one's
She
available.
does.
I do
Yep.
that at the mall. I do that wherever I go. But if you work at Starbucks and you want to manifest a CEO position in 24 hours, sorry, not going to happen.
Yeah. Some things take time.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you're going to come at me and say, that's not true, the universe, well, you know what? Their hiring processes take longer than 24 hours. I mean, have you ever been for an interview? No.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
don't always fall for that stuff.
Yeah. I think it adds more pressure on people too. Or like, you get, or like, sorry, not maybe pressure, but you get excited and maybe hopeful, like, oh, I can manifest in 24 hours. And then it doesn't happen. Then you're like, well, shit. Then you like
Like, yeah,
lower
I'm
your
pretty sure,
vibe, you know?
I'm confident I could walk out the door. And if I didn't have $5 or $10 to buy a Starbucks, I'm pretty sure I could manifest in 24 hours, like $10 on the street to buy Starbucks. You know, they know I like it. That's my vibe.
She's so addicted, you guys.
I know. So am. I'm a reserve star member. They came up with their new point systems. And so the kids were all opening their apps and they're like, they changed the reward system, moms. I'm like a gold or I'm a whatever. And they're like, what are you? And I'm like, I don't know. What's this reserve? And Caitlin's like, oh my God, of course you're a reserve.
Obviously, that's the top of the top, or what?
Yes.
That's funny. I don't go to Starbucks like Crystal, so I'm unaware of the systems.
Okay. The sad thing is I will confess, my closest Starbucks is an hour and a half away.
Yeah, that's the thing, you guys. Crystal and I both, we're in different provinces. We're like 7 hours away from each other, but like we both live in the middle of nowhere. And we have to drive an hour and a half to the city to get groceries, to get Starbucks, to get all the things. So there's like a
So the
big
simple
storm coming
fact
in.
that I can achieve that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So big storm coming in. So we gotta like prepare for that today. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Those weren't that bad. I mean, we've seen worse. So those are okay. Okay. Let's kind of dive into like, how people can prevent you or like hold you back, maybe not preventing, but holding you back from manifesting. Um, I'm just like we have like Chris and I were talking and we wrote like a couple, actually more than a couple examples that A has happened to me, that B has happened to her, and C that has happened to other people that we've talked to. So like, I don't know. Do you want me to
Do you
just
think
start?
that people can hold you back from your manifestation?
When you allow them to, yes. Like when
Yeah,
you choose them. Again,
over
it's like it
yourself.
goes back to that external, like you're allowing the external world. So here to yeah, well, here's an example. Um, here's one that I think a lot of people have probably experienced. And again, this is because you're letting your power go. Is like, here's an example that we wrote down. You're ready to invest in yourself, but your partner or friends or family member, it doesn't matter who, questions like the money. Like, oh, that seems really expensive. Say you want to go take a course or you want to do something or you want to go to a retreat or like you want to invest in yourself and you shrink back into maybe like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe that is too expensive, or maybe, yeah, maybe now is not the time, or so that kind of thing. Like you're ready to do something, you share it with somebody, or like you share a manifestation or a goal with a friend or a loved one or a partner, and they tell you like to be realistic, like those kind of things.
Yeah. Okay. I think that that's like really the biggest part is within your own family.
Yeah, I mean, it's your close circle. You share something. Like, honestly, when Crystal and I decided to do this, it was like, what the like our husbands were okay, we married crazy woo-woo ladies. Okay, yeah. I mean, Darren, I wasn't, I just started getting more woo-woo as our marriage went on. So he didn't sign up to marry a woo-woo. He's now adapted that I'm woo-woo. But you know what I mean? Like, they're supporting us. I mean, they had probably reservations that they kept to themselves. and they had some questions, but they're like, okay, yeah, you girls do you, right? But our
Yeah.
family members, some of our family members are like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Our
Like,
family member, like, they don't understand it. Like,
no, and
really.
we
So
try to explain it, but yeah, they just, I don't know, it's not their world, right? They don't get it, and they're old school, right?
and so we just don't share.
Yeah, so we stopped sharing our stuff, and nobody really asks us questions about it anymore either. Like, it's just not a topic of what we do anymore, or how's it going, or
Mhm.
nothing. I mean, my parents are pretty good. They support me, but I'm talking about other family members. Like,
Mine.
yeah. Talking about Crystal's side a little bit. No.
Yeah.
But
But,
yeah,
like, my mom and my parents' defense, like, like, they are, very like, my dad is very religious, and they're in their
yeah,
70s. Like, they have
yeah.
0 concept of like, I don't like, my dad goes on YouTube, but I don't know if my mom's ever been on YouTube other than maybe how to, like, fix her vacuum cleaner or to, like,
Yeah.
clean the filter in the wash machine. Like, there's a whole world out there that she's not aware of.
Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, old school, but that can happen to anyone with anyone. But it's always usually your tight circle. It could be friends even who are not understanding, or and I think it's because too, especially with friends and loved ones, like maybe you start. So this is another way that kind of take your power, like you allow them to take your power away, is when when you're manifesting something, and like you just want to start doing better. So say you're showing up for yourself more, maybe you're setting more boundaries with people, and maybe you're changing who you are in the sense of like, you know what, I'm a healthy person now, I'm going to work out more, I'm going to do this or do this, and then I'm not going to people please, like, or whatever it is for you. You start setting up boundaries and you showing up different. That can set people off. They expect the old you to be there,
I
you know.
struggled with that, like, when, I was going
Yes.
on my mediumship journey, and I just like, my whole life, like, I had all the voices in my head, and I talked it in my head all the time, like, hello, but that was normal to me. Like, I don't know what I should have for supper tonight. Oh, well, you should have, like, or maybe you could try this, or like, I'd have like 3 different people chime in, and that was completely normal for me. Like, I talked. I was never lonely. Like, I talked to people in my head all day long,
And
but I
in
didn't
my
know.
old world, we put you in a get you a psych assessment, put you on medication.
Probably.
Yeah, totally. The doctors would, especially our one psych doctor. He would.
So when I realized I was a medium and, trying to get that under control, I changed. Like, I quit drinking, and that was one of the ways that helped me MacGyver. But then it affected everybody around me. Like, I had a lot of people in my family, you can remember that couldn't function without me drinking. They acted like I had grew a new head.
Well, he kind of
Kind of
did.
did. Okay, I was the party girl, but it was different. But like, had
Yeah.
I listened to those people and all of their shock, I wouldn't have went down my mediumship journey. Like, to me that was very healing. But I had to face that, those people every time I changed and I grew and I developed and I wanted to improve myself or better myself and get that under control. I faced people that condemned me every step of the way. I didn't always explain to people what I was doing because I didn't feel like it was any of their business. And sometimes I just didn't want to explain it to people,
Yeah, fair enough.
but I would
Yeah.
say, like, you know what, I'm just not drinking right now. And they're just like, what do you mean you're not drinking right now? It's like, so I told lots of people that I just wasn't drinking because I'd quit smoking. Like, I mean, I had quit smoking like a whole year before. But it just people accepted that
Yeah.
rather than, I was working on my energy and doing a mediumship journey. That was easier for people to accept something I did a year earlier than it was for them to accept what I was doing.
How did you maintain yourself then? Like, how did like, what did you do? What tricks or what worked for you so you didn't allow everyone to get in your head so you could keep going?
Okay, honestly, like, and that's that connection piece again, though. Like,
Okay.
when you start your spiritual journey and you're connected, and then for the first time in my life, the
Mhm.
voices were silent. Like, when I learned to get it under control.
Aw, did you
When
miss
I
your best
learned
friends?
I did actually. I went through this period where I was like, "Oh my gosh, like it's so quiet up there." And then it was kind of like, "Oh, well, I kind of miss maybe we could have like one or two people come back and talk to me. Like I don't need a whole village up there." But you
Yeah,
know, the odd one or two is always nice.
it's funny. Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, I was just like you kind of see people for where they are, and that's my point. Like you see them for where they are, where they're at, and where they are on their journey in their life experiences, what they've been exposed to. And it's just like, not my circus, not my monkey. I had to repeat that to myself a lot. Not my circus, not my monkey. I can only control this monkey, not
Yeah.
anybody else's monkey or circus.
Yeah. And like it can be hard to not let them get in your head and change your
Mm.
direction. Like it is hard because they're your closest people to you,
And I think I
you
was
know?
probably like your age, like, no, I was probably a little bit younger, maybe
You're
when I went
younger.
through. When I quit smoking, quit drinking, I mean, smoking, like, the minute I connected to energy, there was no room for smoking, and I was a pack-a-day girl.
Oh,
That was just cold
gross.
turkey, done, yeah. And I had tried for years to quit, and I couldn't, but the minute I was able to make that connection to energy, fuck it, cigarettes were gone. I always joke now that if I got diagnosed with 6 months to live, the first thing I'd do is probably buy a pack of cigarettes. I might try one, probably gag, puke, but then I'd be over it.
Yeah. I think I'd sell everything and blow all my money and have mimosas every day. Yeah, and travel. Anyways, charter a plane? Yes, ma'am.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess the whole purpose of this topic is that yes, people can help delay your manifestations if you allow them to.
Yeah. And, you know, really, like, you have to be firm in your convictions,
Yeah.
and you have to be connected to your team, to the energy. And when you have that, like, honestly, it's kind of unshakable. Like, you feel like you can move mountains.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, and you've experienced this now, but like, if you're a mother and a family and you're just like, I don't know how you can do that. Like, you know, my husband would never go with that. My family would never go with that. Like, you know, it just doesn't work in our world. But what happens is it's not an overnight thing. You're not manifesting this in 24 hours, you
No.
know. No. But slowly over time, your energy changes. It's a very slow day by day. But when your energy changes and shifts, like that of your family does, that of your husband, you know, and their vibration slowly raises over time just by being with you. And then you're naturally, you
Mhm.
know, as you're more connected to energy and you want to do things, you naturally maybe become more supportive of them, where you're like, okay, you know, and then it's kind of a contagious feeling. I mean, like, not always, but I'll say the majority of the time, you know, you start supporting them and encouraging them to do things that they like. And they in return, you know, will sometimes start encouraging you a little bit more. And then it's a snowball effect. So it's not like, you know, you're just going to wake up one day and change your life and do a completely 180 and send your whole family into shock value. Like, it generally does not work like that.
Yeah, it's like almost to like you have to get used to the feeling of being uncomfortable
Yes. And
during that
growing.
time frame. Yeah. 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 It's yeah, but it's worth it. Like I remember beginning I thought Darren like I didn't think anything would change within us and with it. Like, I'm like, I'm changing and I'm growing and he's not. Oh my God. How are we gonna make this work? you know?
Hmm.
But yeah, it does. It ripple effects and it ripple effects. But it also the kind of the cool thing, it keeps the people around who are meant to be around you. But when you're raising your vibration, it also gets kind of rid of the people that are not meant to be in your life anymore. But sometimes that's hard to let go of old friendships, old relationships, and that can hold you back as well. Like, clinging on to that friendship or
I think that, like, where people run into problems is that they try to live in two different worlds.
yeah.
So, like, you know, like, that's where
That hits home
you're,
when you say that. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like, you're trying to live in two different worlds. So, like, I've never really let go of my old friendships from the past. They've just changed and metamorphosed into something different, you know? So rather than having bonfires with, you know, a box of beer, like, it just doesn't happen anymore. Like, you know, now it's like, and maybe it's been an age thing for us as well,
Hmm.
but we will meet for a nice dinner, you know, see you at the company Christmas party. Like our
Yeah.
lives are just different. Like it's you're getting together, everybody's lives have changed, everybody's metamorphosed into their things, especially as when you get 50s and your kids grow. Like I have friends now who have dreamt of having a motorcycle and touring all over the countryside, and they're not going to want to stop what their dreams are, and that's not my dream. So I don't tour. They have friends now that they tour on their motorcycle with, and I'm very happy for them. We can now get together and have a nice lunch or a supper and see each other and catch up and be happy for one another. So it's changes and metamorphoses.
So you didn't lose anyone on this journey, like on your process?
No.
Like, interesting. Very
But
interesting.
I think that's when you kind of see people for who they are and where they're at. And you meet them at their level. And you don't expect everybody to be into what you're into. And you don't expect everybody to understand what you're going through and where you're there. But sometimes it's just nice to get out and have a human connection and realize that everybody is different and they offer a different life experience and a unique situation. I'm not going to engross myself in their lives, nor do I want them to engross themselves in my life. So, no, I have friends from all walks of life that I've had for 20 years. And we all do a little bit different things right now, but we can all still connect, pick up like we never missed a beat, talk. And I'll tell you my funny story. So here is a prime example of that. We raised our kids together in high school. Our kids were all like best friends the whole time. Like
Hmm.
we raised these kids together nonstop. Our husbands were always gone. But then the kids kind of grew up and they went on to university, and the younger ones maybe didn't hang out as much. And so there's like 5, 10 years where, we both did different things. I did this. She decided to get the job, blah, 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 blah. I don't drink. She really picked up drinking. She never drank when I drank because she was like,
Yeah.
little more concerned about having little children. And now she's just like party central. And I'm just not. But yet we can go for lunch and it's like we've never missed a beat. We talk about our
Yeah.
kids, we talk about our families, talk about things we love. We took our kids to everybody had turned 21. We went to Thunder from Down Under with the girls. Their
That's so
first
fun.
concert was the
Oh,
Wiggles.
that's
So can you imagine, like,
great
I'm
moments.
a medium and energy person. And yeah, I went from Thunder to Down Under. I got pulled up on stage for the grand finale, had the time of my
Did you
life.
do the orgasm?
No. Oh my God, Caitlin had to do the orgasm on stage.
My
But then
friend
that was her
Kelly got
thing.
my friend Kelly got pulled up on and had to do the orgasm one. Yeah.
Because she was just like, I can't do it. My mom's in the audience. I'm so embarrassed. And the guy was killing himself laughing. He's like, where's the mom? So I'm like, who's Caitlin's mom? I'm like, it's me. So then they're like, at the very end of the performance, they were looking for their person to drag on stage. And they were like, we want Caitlin's mom. And so, yeah, it was the best 5 minutes ever.
And the funny thing after that, you guys, after Crystal left Thunder Down Under, next thing you know it, hey, you got how many friend requests?
Oh, my TikTok blew up with all these hot guys from Thunder Down Under.
Like what? Like that's pretty cool. You
I
didn't
had
know
the
what to do
best
about
time.
it,
No,
but
I'm like, okay, obviously, and I mean, there's a certain fun in an element. Like, I remember going up on stage with the guy, and he just said, okay, because I look like a little uptight old lady prude compared to some of these women who were throwing themselves at them, right?
yeah.
And he's just like, okay, don't feel bad. It's just a show. I promise you're not going to touch anything on me. I'll take good care of you. Just go along with whatever I do. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And so then afterwards, yeah, they, come get a picture with us and they were a lot of fun. But,
Yeah.
there was a certain respect and energy there that,
Yeah. That's
it was a
nice that you guys.
blast. It was a blast. And you know what? It was a real fun way to clean my energy. Like just to get a new energy and just
Yeah. Let it out. Let it go. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to vent and release, and yeah,
mhm.
you gotta have those moments.
but it's very rare. Like there are a few people, like you're probably one of them, you know this, like you can affect my energy, Travis can affect my energy, my kids can affect my energy. But I would say other than that, like there's very, very few.
Yeah, where you and I had completely different experiences, but yeah, because
Yeah. Well, and I can
it was
easily
a
affect your energy too, right? Like we were have
oh
that
yeah,
close relationship together. So
yeah. But yeah, like yeah, I definitely didn't have that experience. I still have some of my old girls that like, yeah, nothing's changed, same thing. We meet up and it's like never missed a beat. But yeah, as you said though, like I think you made a joke at me because I was like, I'm struggling so much with some of these relationships. And you're like, well, that's what you get for surrounding yourself with narcissists. I'm like, oh yeah, that is true. So it's okay to let them go.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you
I had
just
a
take,
lot.
so I have like this saying, like it's just everything at face value. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's really like I don't get to see you all the time, but when I do, I'll celebrate the time I do get to see you together and be thankful for it. Like,
Yeah.
and that's just how I take it.
Yeah. Whereas I had to set a lot of boundaries with lots of different people for me during my spiritual process, like AKA my brother. You know, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to set a lot of hard boundaries with people who are like that.
The
Yeah.
hardest boundaries I had to set were with family.
Hmm.
And like not my husband and not my kids because they were amazing,
Yeah.
but external family.
Yeah. And some friends. Yeah. So we had a little bit of different experiences in that
Yeah.
regard. I had to like move on and kind of let people go so I can continue.
But I
Yeah.
think that's like, you know, also you were a lot younger, you know, where maybe I was like, I think when you're older in life,
Yeah.
you know, people are a bit more mature. You know, when you're younger, it's just like you hang on to things more tightly. Does like, do you feel that? I mean,
Yeah.
in 10 years from
Sometimes.
now, I guess you'll see.
Yeah, like sometimes, yeah, I do hold on to things tightly because you've invested so many years, like 10, 15 years plus with people or more. But when it doesn't fit, but I also allowed people to affect my energy back then too.
Mhm.
Instead of like what you said, not like, only certain people can affect your energy, where I let almost everything affect my energy because I didn't have that control yet. I mean, now I don't know. I haven't seen people since, right? The people that I like had to step away from. Maybe it would be different. Maybe now because I'm
Yeah,
more in control and I know how I understand energy better and I understand myself better and what's happening. And so maybe it would be different. But
you need a high school reunion to test that theory.
that's this summer.
Oh, really?
25 years, baby. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be this summer. So we'll see. Actually, there's a lot of great people in my high school. Yeah, it wouldn't be any of them.
No.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of some of the stuff we want to say. Like it can happen if you let it.
Yeah. And I
And
think that's why so many people, okay, because you and I have talked about this like extensively in private, but why so many people go through a divorce
yeah, yeah,
when they're kind of making these changes and shifts because their partner's not at the same level, and but they expect them to be. They don't allow
yeah,
them or give
they
them the
do.
grace to a get over the shock that you've completely done a 180 and
Yes,
um
that's what I meant by saying Darren never married a woo woo.
yeah,
You
neither did
know?
Travis. But
Yeah,
you know, he's handled it with grace. I will say that. Like, and he's always given me the room to do what I want to do. I'm sure there were times where he was probably like, "Oh my gosh, what is happening?"
yep, yep.
You know, I mean, how could you not, right? Like when your
Yeah.
whole world changes.
I just remember in those moments when we weren't changing, I would just focus on the positive aspects of Darren because that helped me then not look at like, he's not growing or changing yet. Because
Yeah,
I'm a very fast paced person. Like when I do things, I'm just go, 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 go. And I want results. Yeah.
yeah,
So I just had to stop, reflect, pause, and just like focus on all the positive things about him and not the things that I was, like you said, the expectations. Like when I was in India, they said the best freaking thing in the world. They said to have a very beautiful, enjoying, fulfilling life, never have expectations. I'm like,
I believe that.
that's kind of smart. I mean, yeah, but people take it, well, you have to have standards and you have to have not, that's not what we're saying. You just never have expectations from um a certain situation, people, only from yourself. Like what you said, you can only control this monkey, you.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
that ability to meet people and see them where they're at and
Yeah.
not
Which is
expect
hard.
more than what they can give.
But you know what? Some people have a hard time stepping back and reflecting and watching, right? It's hard when you're in the moment and you're in your day-to-day life, that pausing and stopping sometimes doesn't happen, right?
I think
So just
sometimes when you're manifesting and you get into that, like you're very much in your headspace. Like,
yes.
even though people
Thank
say
you.
they're not, but they're
They
very
are.
much connected to their ego, they're very much connected to their headspace. They're trying to do some mindset tricks and, take a breath and cross your legs and pray to God it happens and do a quantum jump, but you're like that whole thing, you're just me, 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 me. And
Yes.
that is like what I need to do. This is, you're affecting my energy. You're this, you're that. But, it's when you can see people through love, and meet them where they're at, it's manifestation happens a lot quicker.
It does. And when you do everything from internally and not ever, ever rely on external factors, ooh, game changer.
Yeah.
Like you have the power. We all have the power. Like once you, like you said, once you get used to it, once you work with it and you have that conviction and it's just, you're unstoppable.
Yeah. You don't have to spend 3 hours a day doing affirming anything.
Oh, you're not going to let that one go. Hey, hey,
No, I'm
did you
like, who
watch?
the fuck has 3 hours in the day to affirm shit?
I don't know. People are in their head lots. Well, when you're in your head a lot and thinking a lot, like you spend 98% of your energy in your head. So, that's a little, some people can be. Did you watch that Twisted Yoga yet?
No.
Okay. Okay. So next podcast, I want to talk about ego.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love you, Bill.
Yeah. So, because they like, it was just triggered a lot of things in me in that show. Okay. Side note. Side note. Anything else you want to say about people? Okay. About
Yeah,
holding it back?
it's hard. Getting over and dealing with the people will probably want to
The
be one of
hardest
the
thing.
hardest. But one trick, like I always, when I would give readings, I would
Mhm.
always tell people when they were struggling, you can ask and connect to your guides every single day. And this takes practice. But what is the one thing I need to do to heal myself today? What is the one thing I need to do to help myself today? When you're meeting those people, like, what is the one thing I need to do to help deal with this person today? And trust what that is.
You know that one thing I used to do, well, we still do. Oh my God, like I just got it. I'll share my little story because it's kind of funny. But like, when you've made up your mind or like you want to go down this road when those little hiccups do happen, or like, sarcasm, jokes and things of people saying about what you're trying to do.
Yep.
I always, for reassurance, like deep down, I always knew what I wanted, what I'm supposed to do, what fills me up. But like when those moments happened and I wasn't grounded, I would ask a sign from my team. Like if I am supposed to go down this road, like this is my path, or if any kind of decision making, I would say, please show me a sign. So like the other day I asked for a sign. I said, show me a hippopotamus if I'm supposed to take yeah, if I'm supposed to take this medication. You guys, I got gross. E. coli from Nicaragua. So gross. And I felt like I was okay, but then I was having issues and then I was supposed to take these antibiotics, but I'm that antibiotic person that doesn't like to take antibiotics. So I really struggle with it because like I work so hard on my gut health. And so I'm like, show me a hippopotamus. And all of a sudden, like literally, I asked like around supper time. The next day in the morning, YouTube was on, and I just came across this lady. I've never listened to her before. I've never followed her, but something about her thumbnail drew me towards her. I'm like, oh yeah. I click on it, and then she's like, do you ever feel like a fucking hippopotamus? And a big hippopotamus fell down on the screen. I'm like, oh yeah, it was like the whole TV was a hippopotamus. I'm like, okay, okay, I get it. Okay, thank you. But yeah, so just, I mean, that was a little example of just, but when you're going down bigger examples too, and like making decisions and just want that reassurance, they will definitely show up for you.
Yeah, I believe that 100%.
Yeah. So, okay. So that is about relationships. Well, I guess I kind of tied in a little bit. We tied in, reclaiming your power back. giving your power away. We kind of covered that. Is there anything else you want to say in that? Can kind of segued into it anyways.
I think giving your power away is to do anything external. There's just,
So you're not taking the responsibility, you're not taking your own control. You mean you're not,
yep.
is that what you're saying? Okay, yeah.
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 Like, you know what I mean? You can blame, I have 100 excuses. I think one of the biggest things when people get themselves is not like accepting their part in the process of got them to where they are. So you offload onto everybody else. And then, and part of that is like claiming your part is claiming your power in any situation and every situation, especially when you want to manifest something forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just like, I remember it's just like totally just played in my mind's eye like a movie. I remember that when I really like, you have little shifts of stepping into your power.
Yep.
But I remember like when I like really stepped into my power, like a whole, like not a little shift, like a big shift. And it was just like crazy. It was if I don't even know how to describe it. Like say there's like this veil here, this thin kind of like almost walking into mist, like a wall. And it
Yep.
was like, it was kind of like, fuck it. What am I holding back for? Like, what am I doing? Like, what the, like, why am I not, So I was just like, fuck it. And it was like, I literally just smashed, walked through that wall, and it just like everything, just like an old layer of myself stayed back, like peeling off skin almost like a snake. I
Yeah.
don't know if this sounds like familiar, like you experienced it. And then it was just like when I walked through that mist, that wall, it was just like, fucking new version. And the feeling like I just had this high vibe.
All the
And it was
quantum
just
people
like,
would call that a quantum shift
yeah, but
or a new
it was,
paradigm.
but it was that? I don't know.
So, like, that's my thing with that. Like, I love the quantum stuff. Like, I mean,
Yeah. But it was like,
but you're still in the 3D.
yeah, that's what exactly. I was literally just like sitting, like I wasn't, I wasn't meditating. I was literally just like something set me off and I was just like, fuck it. What am I doing? Like life's short. Like I'm past my midlife. Like what am I doing?
But you released
Yeah.
an old energy that you
Yeah.
had stored. Like, that's
Yeah.
how we look at it, right? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
paradigm shifting. I'm not
No.
quantum jumping. Like, because
Yeah.
for whatever it's worth, we are 3D beings in the 3D. To say that our time doesn't real, well, tell that to my
Yeah.
dog at 5 o'clock when he wants to eat supper. The time is not real. Like, hello. You know what I mean?
It's
We've all seen Bella.
an illusion. Yeah, you guys, oh my god, my dog's hardcore. She knows, like, she keeps you on track.
So
Yeah.
to talk abstract when we are in the concrete.
Yeah.
And that's some of my, and so to spend all of your time in a quantum or doing those things is giving your power away because you are absence in your own 3D world right now and not acknowledging it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I do believe that it is a connection to energy. It is energy shifts that
Oh,
does give you your
absolutely.
power. Like,
And I've
and your
never been
power
the same
increases.
since. Yeah, like I felt like I won $1 million kind of thing, like yeah, I felt really, really good. Really like centered, grounded, just this is who I am. Like, so comfortable with yourself and confident.
Like, you're such a powerful person now compared to when we first started working together. Like, even your ability to connect to the other side, call in energy, like
Hmm.
see it, clear it, and just get to the heart of anything. Like, it's been like amazing. But
Well, yeah,
everybody
because I
has
used
that
to rely
ability.
on Douglas. Like I'd be like, Douglas, I need help. Clean me up. Ah, like, especially when I worked in healthcare when I like, really absorbed shit. I would like go see him on a fucking weekly basis for like mostly like clean me up. Just clean me up, please. Get rid of this. Like,
Mhm.
now I'm like, oh my God, I barely even message him. He's like, are you alive? Hello? Yeah, I just don't need help. Yeah,
Yeah, Douglas, if you're listening, we love you.
yeah. There's moments where I'm like, ooh, I fucked up big time. I need some help.
Yeah.
And he's on speed dial. He's like, I'm on it. But yeah, no, totally. And it feels really good. So I encourage whoever is listening or watching, I totally encourage you just keep going down that path, man. If it feels good for you, fucking just do it. Don't listen to anyone else, and
Yeah.
everything will just fall into place. It
When you
really
have
will. The
that
universe will
connection.
always, yeah, they'll always support you. It will always help you keep going. It will deliver the things, the resources, the people, the places, whatever it is for you at that perfect time. Like it will never let you down.
You just have to trust it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Whew. I just got like a wave of energy there. Talking about power. Okay, here's the other topic we wanted to talk about, which is driving me crazy. The last two topics. Manifesting as a woman and all the things. Like, like today, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't feeling life. Like, yesterday and today was a struggle buzz. A, because I'm not feeling well. B, because I'm having a whole bunch of hormonal weird things happening. And like, so we're just wanting to talk about like, as women, we go through all these changes in our body, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And like, yeah, we're supposed to like, be cool, be okay. And we're trying to manifest and change our life. Like it's a roller coaster sometimes.
I
Okay.
think you have more
Well,
energy in your 20s and your 30s
absolutely.
to manifest, like absolutely like energy galore. But then I think there's a strength and a power that you develop into your 40s that is like undeniable in your 50s. And I can't imagine what it will be like in my 60s.
What was like in your 30s then? You kind of skipped that one.
Well, I kind of lumped it in with the 20s a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
think like
just
yeah,
that
to mid
energy.
like up to mid 30, like 35, I feel like is like 20 to 35 and then like 35 to 50.
I feel like 42 forward is a different bracket
Mm.
of its own. Like,
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It was 42. I went going through a lot of things last year.
yeah,
A
I
lot of
do feel
things.
like, and then like just that phases of a woman's life, like if you're kind of into that Celtic stuff, the maiden, the mother, the crone, like what's the
I
three,
don't know.
the Celtic circle, the
Definitely not into that. Obviously, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I know the kilt, but I don't know it.
why is it skipping my brain? Anyway, I'm sure there's people here that can correct me and tell me like really quickly in the comments, you know. Um, but as when you're young, like, think of it like as a new moon. Like you are just a generator. You can go, 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 go and
Yeah,
co-create, co-create, co-create until like just so naturally, so easy. You
I
do it just
did.
by breathing and being you.
I manifested every single job I've ever wanted. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I changed my mind in 2 seconds. Yeah, I want this now. Boom,
Yeah. It's
boom.
just that young energy and you
Yeah.
can just give her. And you're so in tune and you're so connected because life hasn't fucking beat you down.
Yeah, you feel like you're kind of feel like invincible. Like you're like,
Yeah, and you've already
yeah,
set all
nothing can
your
stop
hopes, your
you.
dreams, like, all that. When I grow up, I'm gonna do this. Like all of that intention is so fresh because when you're young, you don't really believe that you can't achieve it, right? And then when you kind of switch into that mother phase, like that mid, and I want to say like you're nailed it, right? Like with the 30s to that 42, 45, somewhere in there,
Hmm.
you're in just such a giving phase. Like you're give, 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 give. So it's harder for you to think of receiving and be in that energy of receiving when you're constantly giving and probably giving more than what you have, like into depletion, into exhaustion, and more into survival mode.
It's funny that you say that because a person not having kid and not having the motherly role,
Yeah.
I still did that fucking same phase though. I gave, gave, gave. I gave to everyone else but me and my job, Darren, family, like everything, friends, like, and I burnt myself out. Yeah.
hmm So
Yeah.
like it's the cycle of a woman's life. Like you go into that giving phase and your energy totally shifts and it's different again. and we do run depleted. But then there comes a point where the woman kind of comes into the later phase of her life where it's just like, she reclaims her power. She reclaims everything, and you are part co-creator. You still learn to balance the caregiver, like that giver,
Hmm.
but you learn to create again. You learn to have dreams again. And you're kind of looking at the end of your life going, all right, like, what do I got? Do I got like 25 good years left? Do I have 30 good years left? And now it's like, okay, this is for me.
Well, they say the average lifespan now is 75, 77,
All
and that's
right.
not
Well,
much, you know?
no, because that only gives me like what, 20 some years left.
Yes, you better fucking enjoy it, right?
Yeah. And that's where I'm seriously at right now. It's like, okay, I've done this, like, that co-create like with my husband and build a company.
Yeah,
And then I, went with the kids. And now I'm like, you know what? No, the last part is for me.
for you.
Yeah. And so I'm doing what I want. Like, so, I started my mediumship journey and well, I did that a long time ago, but no, like
Yeah.
expanding and working with you. And you know what? The consequences be damned. I am on a path and I am on, and I have that connection. Like, I'm very lucky that my family support me, but this is for
Yeah.
me. So it's very different. And it's a different energy. I have the energy now and the fortitude now that I can honestly say I didn't have in my 20s and 30s. I didn't have in my, late 30s, 40s when I was raising my family. My energy is different. It's stronger. I'm more connected. I'm more grounded. I'm more rooted in experience that I never had before. And nobody fucks with you when you're in your 50s.
Well, actually, every
Only
woman,
stupid people.
only stupid people. Challenge. Um, you always hear like all those jokes and all these women talk like, fuck, once you hit 50 though, like it's such a different ball game. It's like you've hit in your 20s again.
It is. I remember, like, I've had friends that were so upset by their 50th birthday, but I felt so liberated by it. It was just like, I woke up that day and it was just like I had did everything that I thought I should do, I meant to do. Like, I felt like all my responsibilities were done, achieved, with my children. Like, nobody starved to death on my watch. There was always a roof over their head. You
Yeah,
know, they had clothes on their back. Like, like that responsibility part was done. And now it was like, this is on me. This is for me. This is for my life. Where like you don't always feel like you have your life. But once you hit 50, this is my life.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing we kind of forgot about in between like the 30s and 40s is like, we're kind of talking about a little bit about hormones a little bit, but it's like the perimenopause, the menopause, the body change. Like I
Um,
hear and I feel sometimes, and you guys, and I know energy, but I sometimes forget. I sometimes forget to be like, oh yeah, Ronnie, just check in and clean your energy. But going down this, like you're in menopause, I'm in peri.
yep.
And it's like I've already experienced in the last 3 years such a body change that and like I always like I'm having GI issues, and I always I can look like I'm 6 months pregnant sometimes, and I rock hard belly, and it's like, it affects me mentally, emotionally, like, and it kind of brings my vibe down once in a while. So it's like another thing that we have to go through and work through as our body changes during all this shit, but trying to manifest and like, make those changes and keep growing and, all those things. So that's a hard one to freaking deal
I
with
think
as
with
well.
people, I think the hardest thing is if you are so focused on your external things, like your mindset, like obviously when you're going through perimenopause and your hormones change, your mindset changes. Like,
Oh,
you know what
I'm
I
like,
mean?
I don't know who I am sometimes. Yeah.
But if you relied on only that mindset shit, I'm gonna call it shit, but
Yeah.
if that
It's
was your
not
sole
true.
focus, if there
Yes.
was somebody else's method that you had to do, like, uh, it would
No,
sink you.
it what? Sorry?
It could sink you.
Yeah,
Like,
because no amount of mindset shift is gonna change the way you feel right now when
no,
it's
because your
hormonally.
hormones affect your.
Yeah, it's a different ball game. Like I'm really trying to adjust and not struggle, but frick, like some days I have so much anxiety over the stupidest thing. I'm like, oh my god, I'm turning into my mother. And like Darren or someone else is driving. And like, do you remember my mom? She always used to pretend like to hit on the brakes in the car as a passenger, and then hold on to the side, and go, and then slam on her brakes, her fake brake.
I wonder if
And
it's
like,
hereditary because my mother does that too.
I fucking do. I'm there. It's like, oh my god, you're turning into Wendy. I'm like, but my anxiety, even driving, I don't care about driving. Like driving doesn't make me nervous. Obviously, when it's really icy and visibility in a blizzard or something, that's different. But even just normal driving, I'm just like I have so much anxiety now, and like my mood is so like I'm just don't feel like myself. Like my mood is lower. Like the things that used to make me happy aren't making me like happy anymore. So those are huge. And like I said, my body has adjusted and changed so much too. It's hard to I guess when I say accept and adjust while you're trying to like we're building and we may have a business and we work with people. Like sometimes it's hard to do that when you feel like this, you know?
I think that's where your connection comes in when you spend your
Yeah.
time in meditation and you
Yep.
spend your time keeping your energy centers clear. And it's
Yeah.
work, you know, like you have to clean your house, you have to clean your body. It's the same thing. And especially when you're going through something like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're just focused on your energy or your exercise and your diet, which are extremely important when you go through perimenopause, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying that alone cannot sometimes counteract what's going on in your mind. And the
Yeah.
first thing the doctors want to do is throw an antidepressant at you
Yeah.
because, you know, I mean,
Yep.
they're getting a little bit more knowledge about it now, but I mean, that's the first thing. When you hit 42, this happens to you, and it's like you need to go on antibiotic or
Oh, that was the
antidepressant.
thing. That was the first two things. Like go back on birth control. Like, no, I'm trying to like get my body back. I don't want to gain more weight. And go on an SSRI. I'm like, I am not touching an SSRI. That will do the opposite of what I'm trying to do. Like, no.
So now, if you did not have your connection to energy the way that you do,
Yeah, I probably would
how
have
would
done
you be
that.
manifesting with that right now? That's everything that's going on in your body and your mind. How would you
You
be
know,
functioning?
I don't know. I would probably feel and stay in a stuck mode. I probably maybe would be like I'm just picturing my old self, probably maybe a little bit of victim, like well, not victim because I know all women are going through it but differently. But like, yeah, I don't think I
Well,
would
you
be
still would
doing
go into
very
a
well.
victimhood, like poor me, like, you know, I can't believe, you
Yeah.
know, I feel awful and I don't feel like myself. And
I don't think I would handle it very well.
Mhm.
I don't think I'm only getting by because of connecting to my body and myself. Like when I did energy work on the weekend, you know, reduced my bloating by, I would say, quite a bit, by half, you know, like you know, so I get that. But like when I don't, because I forget, like I said, I forget to tap in sometimes because I'm just so in my head, right?
Yep.
I never not, I never used to be like that in my head like that so much. So this is new for me. Because I never used to be in my head, and I used to be like a go with the flow, low key, not really have anxiety. I had a little bit of social anxiety, but yeah, this is a whole new ball game. So I don't know if you're listening to this or watching for women, if you can start working with your energy and learning how to do that, and like it did, like it helped you immensely, right?
Yep.
Or what would you say?
Always. I mean, like I've had that connection since I started working with energy and when I quit smoking and when I did my mediumship journey, and that connection is what keeps me sane.
You know what? No, let's give it the example of what just happened to you like 2 weeks ago. Like I remember, like was it 2 weeks ago? I'm like, Crystal, you need to check your energy.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm doing hormone replacement therapy.
Hmm.
So I got my little estrogen patch and I take my progesterone. And so sometimes I don't feel like it's enough progesterone. And then other times, you know, it can be a lot. So that's one of the side effects is like a depression of too much progesterone. So Randy's like, yeah, you should check your energy. And I'm just like, went out, you know, went for a walk, took the dogs, checked in with myself, did the energy work. Speaking of dogs, um, it was like that's what it was like. You have too much progesterone. So cut it back into half again. And now it's like it took a couple days, but bounced right back up. Like
But that's
my spirit.
because you checked in with yourself and your team and your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how cool
Oh,
is that? And she's back. I got normal Crystal back.
yeah, it was rough go for a week.
It was a little rough go. Like, but you and I always take turns. Like, I'm sometimes feeling ugh, and you're feeling good. Like, thank God we don't feel ugh at the same time.
Well, thank God we have each other, because you imagine having to do this
No,
with one person? Like,
no,
that's a lot.
heck no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool when you do work with your energy, you can figure out. I mean, sometimes we don't get all the answers. I don't feel like I get all of the answers, but I get quite a bit to help me be sane and feel better and normal and ish, right?
So you might not hear all the answers in your head, like the too much progesterone.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's years of experience and me having a firm grasp with my team, but you're going to get senses, right? And you're going to trust those signs, like go to the doctor, like trust your body, how it feels when you go to the doctor. Is this your doctor? Is this not your doctor?
Yeah. I just asked for a sign yesterday and I got it last night and another one this morning about should I go to my doctor and talk about adding progesterone to me, whatever, orally. And it was
Did you
like,
get it?
yeah, like 2 times in a row. It's like, yeah, go to the doctor and get progesterone. Go to the doctor. But it's hard because my doctor, it's like, doesn't feel like I have any issues. Like, your blood work looks good. Yeah, well, I don't fucking feel good. You
I
are a
know.
woman. You are our woman. Don't you want us to feel better?
It's the saddest thing because they just don't have, like, there hasn't been enough,
I know.
and they don't learn. Like, I have a male doctor, and I don't even know if he knows that there's women have like bodies or issues. Like, did he even study that? Sometimes I
But I
wonder.
like the male because you tell him something's like, yeah, whatever you need. And then when you say it to not all women doctors, not all women doctors,
Yeah.
but some, I've, my last, like my previous conversations with a lot of my friends are experiencing the same thing with women doctors. And they're like, yeah, no, you're fine. Or like, suck it up. Like, I've been there, done that. Or like, no,
Well,
it's all
there's
in your
that
head.
theory about whiny women, right? Like, where they
Ye-
actually say
Yeah.
it's whiny women,
Yeah.
but
Well,
we're
we're
whiny
whining
for a
for a
reason.
fucking reason. Like, my one girlfriend, she just went and they're like looking at her and she's like, I've been bleeding for 90 days. And they're like, well, if we do this test and some results come back, are you willing to do more tests? She's like, I'm willing to stand on my head upside down and eat bananas. Like, I've been bleeding for 90 days. I am done.
Yeah, I can't even
Like,
imagine
what?
what her iron levels would be
Oh,
like.
she's a wreck, like a wreck. But yeah, so and that was a woman doctor. She's like, what the heck? Like, so yeah, so those are the things that we're all gonna be
Yeah.
going through while trying to, make changes and manifest things and.
Being
But
aware of
it's
your energy. And it's
yeah.
huge when you hit that 42, I want to say, like,
Yeah, I say 42 is my worst. Like 41 and a half to is when it really started, like my body for sure, and my mind really started to change.
well, because you don't sleep like you used to either.
It's not sleep. No.
No.
My
And
sleep is
so,
okay unless it's like my sleep is interrupted because of my husband because he's a tosser. Not because of yeah. It's not besides the odd hot flash here and there, but so I don't know. But
that's
anyways, yeah.
coming. That's going to hit you like a freight train.
Hey, hey,
If you
no,
won't
it's not. I'm going to prevent all of this from happening. We're going to figure out all the hormone things but yeah, but working with your chakras is like that's where we go is we work with your chakras and then we work with the Amriya chakra because that's your biggest manifesting power house. Like that is where we go to bring our manifestations in. So like when we do those things, so with our chakras, we can like calm the body down. We can remove things that are preventing us from moving forward towards our manifestations. And then we just hit it up with the Amriya, and she's such an amazing, powerful chakra.
Well, that's like that internal aspect, right? Like where we say to go within, because
Yeah.
your chakras will reveal to you when you go into those energy centers what it is that you need to work on. So you're not doing a whole bunch of dumb shit, wasting time working on that you don't need to
Yeah.
because Sally Joe Bob said you should because it worked for her. Like, no, do what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a part of being connected is listening to your intuition and connecting to your team and having that guidance. And yeah. So like if you guys ever you guys check us out, we know we have a few things to offer, to help you connect, to learn how to connect with our energy. We have what's called Basic Bitch Manifesting 101. That's like if you're very new to energy,
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of that self-awareness and then like energy work. And then we have manifesting beyond the ordinary is like if you've done energy work before and you've worked with your chakras a bit, then you kind of we go up to that one. And it goes pretty deep. You really learn how to work with yourself and your energy and manifest.
How to call the energy into your body
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
work
cool.
with it.
So the links are below. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about anything before we wrap up?
No.
No, just share, you guys. Please subscribe, like,
Mhm.
share with someone who who would benefit to listening to this, and maybe they can relate to all the things we've talked about today. That'd be very helpful and get that free information out there. So I guess that's it. Hey,
Yep. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. 2 weeks.
hey, you guys. Yeah. Okay, we'll see you in again 2 weeks from now. I keep forgetting it's 2 weeks. Okay, you guys, take care. Have a beautiful day.
Bye bye.